Hey everybody, we're going to make a bread pudding today with a vanilla sauce on it, and I hope that it turns out really good. I love bread pudding and I hope you do too, and so we're just going to get started. So here is the bowl that we're going to be mixing our ingredients in, and so the first thing we're going to do is put 3 eggs in it. And so after we get our eggs in it, I'm going to just beat that up just a little bit. I'll be beating it up more, but for now that's good. Then I'm going to put 1.5 cups of white sugar. So there's a cup. And there's a half. And to that, I have about 3 tablespoons of brown sugar added to that. And then some cinnamon, about, it depends on your taste. I'm going to use close to a teaspoon. So there is that. Also 1/4 cup of melted butter. And 3 cups of milk. So there is that. Now I'm going to stir this up real well. Get everything mixed good. I haven't made bread pudding in, I could not tell you how long. And it's just one of those things that I've just kind of forgot that I made. But we think it's good, or we did years ago when I made it. So that looks like it's mixed up pretty good. And you know, you can use a lot of different breads in this, but this is what I'm going to use. It's classic French hoagie rolls, and I'll show you how big they are. They're fairly big, so I'm going to see how 4 do, and I'm going to break it up about like that. Make sure that this liquid mixture soaks up in it real well before I put it in the casserole dish I'm going to serve it in, because you don't want dry spots of just bread. So like I say, I'm going to start out with about 4 pieces of bread and see what I think. It's a beautiful day here today, and we're going to get a new kitty cat today. So we're excited about going to get her. I think it's a her, but I will show her to you when we get her. So I about have this torn up, and now, yeah, this feels like it'll be enough bread, because once it soaks up, it won't have all this much liquid in here. And I don't like it real dry. So next I'm going to put raisins. And if you don't like raisins, you know, naturally you don't have to put them in. I want to put about a cup. They're kind of all stuck together in here. But I love raisins in bread pudding. And this is maybe a little bit more than a cup, but that's okay. So we're going to mix that up. And it looks like that has soaked in real well. And I'm hoping this casserole dish that I chose is going to be big enough. We will see. I just don't know. I think I ought to get a bigger pan just to be, or a casserole dish just to be on the safe side. Okay, I know this one will be big enough. So I'm going to spray it with some Pam. And then take our bread pudding and put that all in the dish. And I believe I'm going to be glad I got the bigger dish out. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and put this in the oven to bake. And the oven is on 375. We're going to let it cook 55 minutes. Let it go for a half hour and then cover it and let it go the rest of the time covered, because you don't want it to over brown on the top. So we'll go ahead and put that in the oven, and then I'm going to come back while it's cooking and make the vanilla sauce to go on it. So I'll be right back. Alright, we're going to make the vanilla sauce for our bread pudding. So I'm going to put the camera down. I'm going to cut the heat on about medium. I forgot to get my whisk here, so I'm going to grab it. So what we're going to do is whisk in a half a cup of brown sugar, a tablespoon of flour, just regular, I use self-rising, you can use plain if that's what you use. About a teaspoon of cinnamon, 2 tablespoons of melted butter, in my salt thing I usually use, I have some pepper mixed in with the salt by accident, so I'm going to put about half a teaspoon of salt. I'm just shaking out of the shaker in it. So there is that. I'm going to put 1 egg, and 1 1/4 cups of milk. So I'm going to give this a stir and keep stirring it until it thickens up and is smooth. And when that happens, then I'm going to add some vanilla flavoring to it. And this will take just a little while. I'm sure you don't want to sit and watch me just stir this, but this is the vanilla sauce recipe. And like I said, this is on medium heat. I'm just going to continue to whisk it until it thickens up, and then I'm going to add the vanilla extract. And when we come back, I'll show you how it turned out, and I will put it on the bread pudding, and we'll give it a taste. So I'll see you back soon. The bread pudding and vanilla sauce is finished, so I will show you how it turned out. And here is the bread pudding. It's not overbaked, just a little soft. And here is the vanilla sauce that goes on it. And it's had a chance to cool down a little bit. So I will just pour that on top. And I cooked it just like I had said. When I was putting it together, it was a half hour uncovered on 375, and then 25 minutes covered still on 375. So there it is, all finished. And I will cut a piece and we'll see how it tastes. And it's very, very tender. And that first piece is always hard to get out. You can't really see that well, maybe because the sauce is covering it, but that's what it looks like. And I will give it a taste. And it's still pretty warm. It's still pretty hot, but it is so good. It's not, in my opinion, overly sweet, and the raisins have plumped up. It's very tender. The vanilla sauce is really good. It's just a really good bread pudding. So I appreciate you watching. I hope if you decide to make this that you enjoy it. And I guess that I will talk to you soon. Have a good evening. Bye-bye.